Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Hello and good evening, everyone.
Very good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Okay, I think all are doing good in this pandemic situation. I request all our participants to please keep themselves muted because it will disturb in the session. Okay. I welcome you all to our bi-monthly webinar session. See, last webinar was on the parents' health insurance policy, and where we had a discussion about parents' health insurance, and we got to know which is the health insurance we can buy for our parents and why we should buy parents' health insurance policy, and what are the parameters we should consider before buying the parents' health insurance policy. Basically, the purpose of making this bi-monthly webinar series is to, we just want to, we want to add value to the people and to the society in the insurance sector. So we are discussing about the different type of policies, different policies which are there and which is the best, and what are the parameters we have to take care of the parameters wherein we can buy the best policy. So today's topic of discussion is my health insurance, is it the best? So this is the topic of discussion, and so I request all our participants to please keep their video on and keep themselves muted, and if they want to ask if they have any query, they can unmute themselves and they can ask. And so today we have Mr. Ashika sir with us. Mr. Ashika sir, as we all know, is the insurance specialist, and he's having 20 years of more than 20 years of experience. He's going to explain us about the health insurance policy. So welcome, sir.
Welcome. Thanks a lot, Rupa. It's been so nice to see you all this afternoon, that on a fourth Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. people getting into the webinar. That on something which is most important for them at this pandemic situation, to evaluate whether the existing policy what they have, is it the real good policy, or how to evaluate the policy which we already have. Okay, before we get into the webinar, the presentation, let me just show you the today's why are actually we doing this GetMORE webinar series. See, most of the times what we have actually seen is people whenever they are actually looking into their policies, their insurance requirements, they always find like there is some or other thing which is not so clear for them. Okay, so the only purpose of actually doing this GetMORE from Mallapuram webinar series is to provide that clarity, so that you will have the confidence on whatever the policies that you have in your which are protecting your family. And today, when we actually go into the topic today, let me also give you some declarations before we proceed further. We want to make sure like we are not representing any one insurance company, nor we are going to promote any product of a specific insurance company. Okay, and we'll be discussing only on health insurance, only on insurance, and today's topic that is on health insurance, right? And opinions discussed are completely personal and cannot be considered as something which is which can be treated as an evidence under the court of law. So we are not intended to criticize anyone, specifically a person or an organization here. So it is only a quest and an effort from all of us in providing the clarity, so that people will have confidence in what are the policies which they have purchased with the insurance companies. Okay. Now coming to today's topic, that is my health insurance. My health insurance, is it still the best? Right? So most of the people that they do have such kind of questions when we all got attacked with the pandemic coronavirus. People started thinking like, do we really have the policy, the health insurance policy which we already have? Is it still the best? Does it really cover all the coverages in place? Okay, so these are the normal questions which people do have in their mind, and we had many such questions coming to us from the clients and their friends and their relatives. So we thought let us do an education session on this, wherein people will get clarified about their doubts in their mind about their own health insurance policy. Okay, so the agenda is going to be like this. So we'll be seeing a little bit touch upon the current facts of healthcare in India, right? And then we'll be also looking into the current facts, what policyholders are facing with them, and we will also see the discussion on, we will put on 10 points which we already received from many of our customers on the clarity for confidence. We'll focus on those 10 points, and then the types of available solutions and what is the conclusion on that we'll be taking care. Okay, so coming to the first part, that is the current facts of health insurance. If you actually look at here, right, we have the complete total health insurance spending, which has been total health.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you just say little slower? You're going too fast.
Okay, I'll be a little slow. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, see, coming to the current facts of healthcare in India. See, if you look into the spending pattern of the total spending pattern in the health insurance sector, government is one which is actually leading in front, and after that people are also purchasing it through their private insurance, and it is also projected by Ernst & Young in their research, and it has also been proven that most of the healthcare expenses which have been spent into the hospitals are actually through the out-of-pocket expenses. So still there is a huge gap. You can actually see the bar over there. So the highest amount of money which is spent under the healthcare is actually from out of the pocket. Okay, so still there is a large amount of people who are still need to be covered under the health insurance policies, right? And if you also even look into the current situation on the spending into the insurance, the health insurance or the healthcare, most of it is actually from the government. And then yes, a part of that is also coming from the private insurance, like people purchasing the insurance, and even out of that, the most of that is actually coming out of the group insurance policies. So you can actually see from 2018 to 2019, the group insurance premiums have actually reduced, but the individual health insurance premiums got increased. Okay, so these are the fact. That means more amount of people are actually purchasing the health insurance products now. And coming to the current situation, out of all the sectors of insurance, health insurance, that to the retail health insurance, has actually taken a plunge of almost 40% when compared to the same business which the insurance companies have done during the period of April to August. Okay, so this actually even gives us some more reason on what are the conditions in which the people are there, and what is that people are facing. The people who already purchased the health insurance policies, what are the situations which they are facing? If you actually look into that, okay, the first thing is, yes, they are actually witnessing an impact of adverse health issues. So many of our friends, the relatives or our neighbors, they're actually getting affected with the adverse conditions. It could be coronavirus, it could be a dengue which is again starting off, it could be even a typhoid which is actually coming in. Okay, so adverse conditions are actually coming in, and second thing, it is impacting the economical situation of all our near and dear. Because if any of our near and dear is actually facing an issue, then definitely, like, they will come to us, and we would be so emotionally involved that we would love to go and then help them out. Okay, so we are actually, so most of the people are also even depending on their near and dear, their neighbors, right? And people who already purchased, they really have a question in their mind: does the policy which I already have is it a real one? Is it a good one? Does it actually covering all the policies, all the conditions of coverages in place? Okay. And at the same time, looking forward for a professional and a neutral advice. Person who can actually review their policies in place without inclination to any insurance company, who can be absolutely professional and want to review their existing insurance policies, right? And do not remember completely. The reason because they do not remember completely what exactly the benefits which are there in their policy, because probably they have purchased 1 year back or they would have purchased 5 years back. I've seen people who have been continuing their health insurance policy since last 10-15 years. It's a very good thing what they have actually done much early ahead of the situations, right? And at the same time, they do not have the complete understanding of the conditions which are there in their policy and how is that it is going to impact their claim in the need of the hour. Okay, so this is the condition what people are actually facing. So let me just evaluate you. Now coming to the next thing, this is the real section. Right. So we'll now get into the clarity of our confidence. This is the main topic, right? And here we will be actually discussing on the major myths which are there, and we'll try to have a clarity on this. Okay. So the first thing what we actually look at, have you heard of this term called as a room rent in your health insurance policies? Have you seen that? Were you able to see that before? Have you heard about this before?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So coming to the room rent, what is the impact of room rent onto the in your policy, especially when it is coming to the claim? Okay. So room rent if has got an implication on the proportionate deductions which can happen under your policy. Let me just take an example. Okay. The example here is like, let's take a case study wherein you have your health insurance coverage of 10 lakh rupees, right? And at the same time, you have a room rent eligibility limit of 1% of sum assured with a maximum of say 5,000 rupees per day. And for an ICU, limit of 2% of sum assured, maximum up to say 7,500 rupees. Okay. Now, coming to the condition when there is a claim, when we get admitted to the hospital, if there is the room rent limit is 5,000, but we got admitted to the hospital wherein the room rent is not 5,000 rupees, it is a minimum of 6,000 rupees. We thought probably for 2-3 days we'll be there in the hospital. So for 3-4 days we'll pay that 1,000 rupees extra and then we'll get rid of the claim, right? But what happens, because 6,000 means it is 1,000 rupees extra on 5,000. Okay. So 1,000 rupees extra on 5,000 is nothing but 20%. Okay. So what happens? 20% of 5 lakhs. If say suppose the bill of the entire thing is say 5 lakh rupees. Out of this 5 lakh rupees, 20%. That means 1 lakh rupee is going to be deducted. And if say suppose there is a non-payable items of 5,000 rupees under the bill, that is 1 lakh rupee, the deducted amount because of the room rent capping, and the 5,000 which is a non-payable amount, both together it becomes 1,05,000 rupees which need to be paid by the policy holder. And insurance company will be paying in this particular case only 3,95,000 rupees out of the entire bill of 5 lakh rupees. And this is where we see most of the people who come back to us, or they got some problems with the hospital when there is a claim. They try to look forward for the help. They always feel I've been paying the premiums for almost 10 years, 15 years. I've taken the policy 5 years back. I've been paying consistently. Why these deductions? That's where the real impact of room rent is going to be seen when there is a claim. But if we say the same situation, wherein if we have a room rent limit of more than what the room rent which you have already joined, say suppose there is a 7,500 rupees room rent, and out of each 6,000 is your room rent which you have already joined, then what happens? There is no deduction under your policy because your room rent is well below your eligibility limit. And because it is below the eligibility limit, so there is no deduction. So out of 5 lakh rupee policy, out of 5 lakh rupee of claim which has actually come in, 4,95,000 will be paid by the insurance company, and it is only 5,000 rupees which will be paid by the policy holder, and then they can get discharged from the hospital. Okay, so room rent, though it looks a small, tiny condition in your health insurance policy, but it has got a major impact on your claim. Okay, there is one thing which we should always look into it, right? And then coming to the amount of cover which we have, are you people able to see the video? Is it able to? We are able to get through?
No, sir.
Yes, we can see.
No, sir. There's only a screen, so I'm like.
We are unable to see your PPT presentation.
Okay. I think some technical issue, some network issue, I believe. Never it happened before. Okay. But let's do one thing then. Let's do one thing without sharing the PPT. Probably I'll just run through the content. Will that be a better idea? Yeah. Is it fine now? At least you are able to
Yes,
see
sir.
me.
Yeah, we can. We are able to
Yes,
see.
sir.
Then we
Yes,
just
sir.
go without the PPT, right? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
oh yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot for actually supporting me in this technical age. There are a few things which we really can't do anything. So we have to just go with the situation, right? So the first thing what I told is all about your room rent. Room rent is something which is very important. It looks a very tiny thing, but it has got a major impact on your health insurance claim. The second point which you should always look into your policy is what is the amount of coverage that you have. Okay, the amount of coverage that you have will always have an impact, because if you see how many of you really want to pay less for your health insurance policies? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Yeah, I'm able to see your hands. Yeah, right. Okay, all of us, do we really want to pay less, or do you want to pay more for your health insurance policies? Do you want to pay less? Yes. Yeah, I really want to pay less, right? If you really want to pay less, always choose the largest sum assured, because the premiums for 5 lakh rupee policy or the premiums for an 10 lakh rupee policy, if you calculate the premium per lakh, that premium per lakh is always more when compared to the same health insurance policy, but say a higher sum assured like 25 lakhs or a higher sum assured of 1 crore of health insurance coverage, right? If you see the amount of premium that you pay, the premium per lakh is going to go really down. We had in situations wherein we have suggested people to have a larger coverage as 1 crore of health insurance policy, and it was actually costing only 600 rupees per lakh for a person aged 45 who is married and with 2 kids, right? And at the same time, the same person takes a 10 lakh rupee of policy, it was actually costing him almost close to 2,000 rupees per lakh. Now you see, which is the least price for you, which is the lowest price for you, right? So it is like you need to go for the largest sum assured. Then the premium per lakh is going to come down. And one more thing, see, don't just look for policies purchasing it for the current condition. See, probably a person who is aged more than 70, 75, if he is looking for a coverage of say 10 lakh rupees, probably it makes sense for that particular person at this moment. But for a person aged 30, 35, it is not that immediately there is going to be a large kind of medical emergencies which might come in. It could be only because of an accident, or it could be some pandemic situation which can come in. But otherwise, probably the real health issues might turn up once we reach age 50, 55, 60, or above 60, right? So look for a coverage which gives you the same treatment. See, the kind of treatment which we take care, like it could be for an heart related issues, or a cancer related issues, or a kidney related issues. A minimum requirement is 5 lakh rupees currently. And if you actually project it with the medical inflation in place, it goes as high as 67 lakhs for the same treatment for the same person if it has to happen 20-25 years down the line. Now, do you want to purchase it for now, or do you really want to purchase it for later? And this brings in the next thing. The next thing is, do we really have, why don't we take or increase the coverage as and when we go? That's actually not possible. The reason because, see, you can't have all the coverages in place right from day one. You just can't have that coverage right from day one, okay? And you need to go for an experience in place. Unless you have the experience in place, you keep up your experience with the insurance company. They don't offer you the entire the coverages right from day one. So the more the experience you gain, the better the coverages that you get for your policy, right? So we always suggest that you need to go for the highest sum assured, and don't look for covering just for now. Look for coverage going further in life. So this is what we are actually recommending for all the people. And then comes the third one, which most of the people they do also like, which is the least premium that we can pay. Of course, even if we go for a largest coverage of 1 crore, we can also even look into the least premium which company will offer us. We can go for the least premium in place, right? That is possible. The only thing is, don't look for the current premium which you are paying, because there are few companies, I can say many of the companies, they actually collect the premiums very less in the middle, in the initial stages, when you are probably less than 35 or you are less than 40, 45. Then after that, there's a steep increase in the premiums going further. So don't just look at the current premiums what you're paying. Look at the overall premiums that you'll be paying in your entire lifespan. Say suppose a person age 25, he takes the policy, and he actually takes the policy and runs through his lifetime. Say for example, till if he lives through age 80, right? Then from 25 he started, then probably he got married, he added his wife into the policy, then they had kids, he added the kids into the policy. Then the kids have become independent kids. Now they moved out of the policy, and it is only the husband and wife who are living till say age 80, right? So what is the premium that we'll be paying now, and what will be the premium that we'll be paying in future? We need to also look into that. Okay, if the total premiums that you'll be paying for your entire lifetime, if it is going to be more than the sum assured what you are actually getting as the coverage, then we don't recommend those kind of policies. We only recommend those kind of policies. At least it should not reach your exceed your sum assured in your lifetime. So that is the thumb rule on which we need to work on when you are actually looking into the premiums of choosing the best health insurance policy. Okay, so have the highest coverage. Also have an eye on what are the premiums that you're going to pay for your entire lifetime. So this helps you to choose the right kind of products which are available in the market. Okay, so this is one. And the next point which we can actually even look into is about the co-payments. These are the small, tiny little things which are actually there within the policies. Wherein they say there is a co-payment of say 20% on any pre-existing condition, or they will say for every claim there is a co-payment of say 10% or 15% or 20%. Okay, so let me just tell you, what does this co-payment mean? Co-payment means whenever there is any hospitalization expenses or any payable medical insurance claim which comes to the insurance company for the payment, then along with the insurance company, you are also taking care of some load. Okay, so you are also co-paying that bill along with the insurance company. This is the concept of co-payment. Say suppose there is, for example, there is a co-payment of 20% in the policy, and you had a 25 lakh policy in place, right? But if there is a 20% claim, 20% of co-payment, and there is a claim of say 5 lakh rupees. So out of 5 lakh rupees of claim, 20% comes to how much? How much? It's 1 lakh rupee, right? It's 1 lakh rupee. So for 1 lakh rupee will be you have to bond that entire 1 lakh rupee, and insurance company will be paying only that remaining 4 lakh rupees, that too after deducting all the non-payable items. So the list of non-payables which are given by the regulator, and all insurance companies, they follow the same list of non-payable items, which none of the insurance companies, they pay to the hospital. So all those expenses need to be borne by the policyholders. So co-payment, and there might be like probably like when you're getting some premiums which are really less, they might have included this co-payment into the policy. Otherwise, they will not be able to give you such kind of rates. So this is called a co-payment. So even this thing you have to take care. And we also have another point which also comes up as a disease-wise capping. Okay, whenever there's a list of diseases which are mentioned under the policy wordings, you can also see it in the policy brochure which is out there, and even insurance companies, they publish it on their website. What are the disease-based cappings which are there? So you may have to do little homework and go through and see whether there are any disease-based cappings which are there under your policy. If there is a disease-based capping, and say suppose I've seen in most of the policies where there is a cap for cataract, okay, and they say either it is 20,000 rupees per eye or 30,000 rupees in the entire policy term. So that means within 1 year, even if you go for 2 claims, maximum payable is only 30,000 rupees, or for one single eye, if you get the operation done, it is only 20,000 rupees. Okay. But there are also policies where there is no limit. Okay, so in the same example of cataract, if we take, these days it is anywhere between 75,000 rupees is the bill which is actually happening when we actually go for any of the private hospitals. It depends on different hospitals. Sometimes it is even costing 20,000 rupees, 25,000 rupees also. It depends on the lens, what we choose, and there's so many factors which are out there. Okay, and when something is happening to our near and dear, we will definitely want to go for the best. We don't want to compromise on that. Okay, and when we actually choose a policy where there is an disease-based capping under the policy, and in this case, so let's take the claim is for 75,000 rupees, and out of 75,000 rupees of total hospitalization bill, 5,000 rupees is not payable because of the non-payable items. Okay, so the remaining 70,000 rupees under a normal insurance policy need to be paid. Okay, but if there is this disease-based capping which is there in the policy, then insurance company will be paying only 20,000 rupees. Okay, so the rest of the bill, that is the remaining 50,000 and the 5,000 of non-payable expenses, so total 55,000 need to be borne by the policyholder. And these are the times wherein like we really think, why was I paying all these years my insurance policy? I've been consistently paying without any lapse, and even after doing all these things, am I getting only this much of coverage? So we really get dejected when such kind of things happen during the claims. Okay, so this is one factor which you have to look into, that is about the disease-wise cappings. Okay, and coming to let me just check, especially the renewal premiums. Renewal premiums also you need to check it. You need to check into the total long-term total premiums that you'll be paying under the policy. So that is one more thing which you have to take care. And then yes, so there is also a concept of pre-existing disease. If say suppose any of the person wanted to have a full-fledged coverage for themselves, and they are really asking for can I actually go ahead and claim? So none of the policies will give you any not the group insurance policies, but otherwise the individual health insurance policies, they will not give you the coverage right from day one. Even in the pandemic situation, most of the insurance companies, they have actually come forward to cover the corona coverage after 15 days, right? But otherwise, your health insurance policy, if you have taken it for the first time, the coverage will start only after 30 days. Okay, and there are you need to even understand what are the things which are not covered and for how long. Okay, and it actually changes right from different policies of different insurance companies. There are few policies which say the pre-existing conditions will be covered only after 2 years. In some policies, it will say the pre-existing conditions will be covered after 1 year. And most of the policies, they will say the pre-existing conditions are covered after 4 years. Okay, what do we understand by this pre-existing condition? Pre-existing condition means any treatment or any disease for which the treatment is being taken care since 48 months before you have actually taken the policy. Okay, so until that point in time, if you have taken any, there was any operation which has happened and you have been taking care of the expenses, the treatment which is going on for any disease, all these conditions are called pre-existing conditions. Okay, there are also few policies in the market wherein purchase this pre-existing condition timeline. Okay, there are few products wherein the policy actually covers the pre-existing condition after 3 years or 4 years, but you pay extra premium and you will get it covered after 1 year. So even that can be taken care of. Okay, so please check into your policy. Check into your policy whether there is any pre-existing condition is there, and if at all it is there, then after what point in time, after how much of time period is this going to have the coverage in place within your policy. Okay, at the same time, the first 30 days waiting period, if you choose a product for the first time, the health insurance policy, the first 30 days is the waiting period. So during the first 30 days, even there is any symptom which is found for any disease, and probably the treatment has actually happened after 30 days, even then it is not payable. Okay, and few diseases which are not covered for the first 2 years. So you might have taken the policy just last year, and today, you just want to go ahead and get admitted in the hospital. Then it is not covered if it is there in that 2 years of exclusion list. Okay, there are a few companies, they also come within 1 year exclusion, but most of the companies, they come up within 2 years exclusion list, right? So what happens during this 2 years exclusion? Generally, the things like the cataract, the sinus related issues, then in the throat, the thyroid related issues, asthma, then the ulcers in stomach, and also even in intestines, and the kidney stones, or even the gallstones, the liver stones in the body, and then the genetical organ related issues like prostate for male, and hysterectomy for female, and ovary related issues, the uterus related issues, and even the knee replacement surgeries. Knee replacement surgeries are also not covered under your policies in most of the policies for the first 2 years. Okay, but the only claim which can happen, which is payable under the policy on the first day, right, the day one, is only the accidental claim. If the same knee replacement surgery need to be done because of an accident, then it is covered from day one. Okay, but otherwise the same knee replacement surgery, because of the age-old conditions, like it need to be taken care, it will be operated, that is not covered for the first 2 years. And if it is already a pre-existing condition which is there, then also it is not covered for the first 4 years. It is not then 2 years, it is for 4 years, because it becomes a pre-existing condition. So these are the conditions which you need to understand under your policy. And most of people even they do ask me, like, now how do the insurance company know? I will not declare anything in the proposal form. If you don't declare in the proposal form, then insurance company will not know. Then I can have the coverages probably right after 30 days, right? No. See, you might not give the details completely to the insurance company, but it will have two serious implications. The first and foremost thing, it becomes you are hiding the facts. If you are hiding the facts, then the contract of insurance is void ab initio. That means the insurance policy doesn't exist at all. And moreover, in the recent circular which has been given, wherein whatever the premiums that you have already paid and you have concealed the facts, you have not given the material facts which is known to you, to the insurance company knowingly, then all your premiums which you have paid will be forfeited, and at the same time the policy will be cancelled. So whatever might be the situation, even your advisor might say, sir, no need to actually declare any of these things. don't go by those words. Please declare. Having no policy sometimes right at the beginning is better than having a policy paid for such a long time and then not getting the claim. That is even worst. Okay, so better you actually declare everything which is there under your policies, right? And then coming to another point, wherein you need to also even look into the conditions like exclusions which we have already seen, the pre-existing conditions we have already seen, and the disease-based capping we have already seen. One more thing which we should also even look into is what is the kind of bonus which is getting accumulated in the policy. Okay, so bonus is something which is paid, which is actually a kind of a gratitude of insurance company towards all the policy holders. Okay, in providing a wider coverage, a better coverage, a larger sum assured coverage, because you paid the premiums but you have not claimed. First of all, you should be very happy when there is no claim. Okay, because going to hospital is not something which is a pleasure for anyone. It's just a pain, right? And when you're actually not claiming anything, then insurance company gives you that bonus. And there are different kinds of bonus which each insurance company provides under different their existing policies, and it also even differs from the different products of the same insurance company. Okay, in most of the general structure, what I'll just reveal it with you. They actually give around 25% of the bonus in the first year. That means first year there is no claim, then they will pay a 25% addition of sum assured to the policy. That means you are taken an 25 lakh of policy, and on that there is an addition of say 25%. So 25% on 25 lakhs, how much it is going to be? Yes, it is going to be 6 lakhs 50,000 rupees. So that 6 lakhs 50,000 rupees is added into the policy. That means for the second year, though you'll be paying the premiums for only 25 lakhs of sum assured, but you will be covered for 31 lakhs 50,000 rupees as an overall sum assured. Okay. So this is how they give this bonus, and it keeps on increases. In few products, it actually goes till 50% and then it stops. In few of the products of different insurance companies, it goes till 100%, and in very few products, it actually even goes till 150% and even 200%. So it depends on which kind of product that you're choosing. The product which actually gives you a more bonus. There are also few companies which are even securing your bonus by taking some additional premium. Okay, so there are different varieties of bonus structures which are available in the market. So you need to know what kind of bonus structure which is there within your policy. And this bonus structure, it's not just knowing. Now the trick over here, let me just tell you the trick. If there is a claim, some set of insurance company, few of the products, whatever bonus which got accumulated till then will be removed if there is a one single claim. Okay, this is one variety what we have. And the second variety, the total amount of bonus will be reduced to half. Okay, this is the second variety. The third variety is few companies, they will only remove the latest added bonus into the policy. That means, say suppose the last year, say 50,000 rupees got added into my policy as a bonus. So because there's a claim in this year, next year only that 50,000 rupees will be removed from your coverage, from your bonus, entire bonus which got accumulated. Okay, this is another variety what we have. And there is also another variety wherein it gets reduced or it gets removed. But after that, if there is no claim, then the bonus is not going to come into your policy. Probably my best preference is actually a bonus structure wherein it keeps accumulating. And when there's a claim, probably there is a little bit of reduction which happens in the total amount of accumulated bonus, right? But when there is no claim after that, the bonus will again come back. It keeps accumulating again. This is the best one. Okay, so just check your existing policy, whether what kind of bonus structure that you have which got inbuilt into the policy. Okay, this is one point, one more point what you need to look into. And then which company has got the largest network of hospitals, or at least the largest network of hospitals in your area. Because see, most of the times we have seen 90% of the situations, people get hospitalized and they go to the hospitals which are near to their residential place. Okay, so look through which insurance company has got maximum number of network hospitals within their vicinity. Okay, within your residential vicinity. Okay, go with them, give a preference to them, because in an emergency condition we will not be having time to go to a larger or travel larger distances. Okay, so the largest network of hospital, especially in your area, who is covering it? Or why I'm so specific on this, because many of the people, they also take policies for their parents. When you take policies for your parents, and if they are staying probably in your village, look for that insurance company which can offer you that network of hospitals near your parents where they stay. So that's where you will find probably you may have to pay a little more premium for those kind of policies or in that particular insurance company, but it's worth paying it, because we always recommend going for a cashless facility rather than reimbursement facility. Because when we go for the cashless facility, the onus of collection of all the query and all the responses of the queries of the insurance company, it will be the responsibility of the insurance company to go and get it from their insurance, from the hospital. Okay, in a cashless facility. But when it comes to a reimbursement claim, the complete onus lies on us, because we have gone for a reimbursement. Now it becomes our responsibility. Whatever the doubts that insurance company is going to ask, we need to go to the hospital, get all those queries replied, and then again resubmit it with the insurance company. And though the regulator gives 45 days for the complete claim settlement of the reimbursement process, but it actually starts after the last required document which has been submitted by you. It is not from the claim. It is not from the date of discharge. It is actually from, or not from the date of time when you actually submitted all your documents for the reimbursement claim. No, it is actually from the last query which is being replied, or the last required document which has been submitted by you to the insurance company. From then onwards, 45 days is allowed for the reimbursement claim. So it is like you need to pay first, then wait for it, and then go through all the process of actually the reimbursement and then get paid. It might take a little longer time. So we always prefer go for only cashless facility. So we recommend to go for that. And then one more point, which is probably the icing on the cake, that is who is the third party administrator in your policy? Is it internal to the organization? That means internal to the health insurance company, or is it external to your health insurance company? Okay. So if at all, I'll tell you where exactly the main challenges that comes in. If say suppose the third party administrator, the one who actually processed the settlement of the claim during a cashless process or even in a reimbursement process, they need to go back to the insurance company if they need any approvals for a larger kind of claims, probably a 5 lakh claim or a 10 lakh claim. Like, they might not have the approvals with them, and a blanket approvals with them from the insurance company to settle by themselves. Probably they may have to go back to the insurance company, get the approvals from them, and then only they can go back to the hospital and give the approval in a cashless facility. So this might hamper the amount of time that is going to take in actually settling the claim during an cashless facility. But if you actually go for and even in a reimbursement process, if say suppose the third party administrators, they will be getting the amount paid into their account from the insurance company on a monthly basis. So say suppose the total amount is being utilized in paying so many claims, and if there are so many claims, then you may have to wait a little more longer time in getting the settlement done from them. So these are the challenges which are there if the third party administrator is an external agency other than the insurance company. But if it is internal to the insurance company, then it can happen within a single window operation, even on a Sunday midnight 12 o'clock. If somebody wants to get discharged from the hospital, if the documents can be processed in hospital and send it across, then the discharge can happen in a cashless facility. There are some great third-party administrators who are there who actually process even more faster. We do have this kind of people, but always, if you ask my preference is actually going for those companies wherein the third-party administrators are internal to the insurance company but not external to the insurance company. Okay, so this actually leaves with the points what we need to look into when we are actually evaluating our insurance policies. Okay, and just to conclude on the checkpoints, the first thing what you need to look into is the room rent. And the second, you need to look into the amount of coverage that you have in your policy. The third, what you need to look into is what is the premiums which you are not just paying now, but what are the premiums that you will be paying in future, right? For your entire policy term. So look through those details, right? And then are there any co-payment conditions which are there in your policy? Please check this one. And then what are the exclusions which are there under your policy? What are things which are not payable under your policy? Okay. And the pre-existing cover, what is the condition of coverage of pre-existing diseases under your policy? Have you really given all the details to the insurance company while you're purchasing the insurance policy? If not, you can still correct it. Please go back, inform your insurance company such that at the time of claim, they will not deny your claim. Okay. Material flags, if they are actually hidden and it is not submitted to the insurance company, it can cause your policy to be cancelled, and all your premiums, whatever you paid for however long it is, all those things will be forfeited. Avanni kuda potayandi, total premiums anni kuda, right? So please inform it to your insurance company. Please also look into, are there any disease-wise cappings under your policy? We suggest probably if you increase your sum assured, the disease-wise cappings will be removed. Please check through your policies, okay? And if it is so, whenever the renewal comes in, please increase your sum assured. Okay, gone the days wherein 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs of coverages which are there, or a lakh of coverages which are there, which is not going to help ourselves and our family members in this pandemic situation. Wherein and moreover, if in the pandemic situation, if the attack is coming into the family, it is not just one person, it is the entire family is actually getting affected. Okay, even on average, if say suppose 3 to 5 lakh rupees, if it takes care for the treatment of corona, for example, right? And 4 of us are there, like say husband, wife, and 2 children are there in the family, and when everybody got affected, right? So it is 5, 5, 5, 5. So it is 4 times 5 lakhs of coverage. That means 20 lakhs is something which is minimum required in this current situation, right? So look through what is the kind of coverages that you have, the diseases cappings that you have, what is the kind of bonus accumulation procedure which your existing health insurance policy which is having. Look through that, and what are the network of hospitals which are there under your existing health insurance service provider, and check through whether it is nearby, all those nearby best hospitals, whatever you feel, are they actually existing in your with your insurance company. Please check through that. And who is the third party administrator? If it is an external third-party administrator, we would also ask you to please go through their website, understand how to process, and know what are the claims process methodologies which need to be taken care. And it's not just knowing about all these things in place. We always suggest to do an action point. Okay, and this is something which is mandatory, and I suggest to please do it with each of your health insurance policies. First and foremost thing, take out your health insurance policy, your existing health insurance policy. Please pull it out. If it is in a soft copy, that's okay. Take a print or do something, but take the document in place. Okay, number one, right? And check through what are the benefits which are there. Read through your document first. Okay. Second thing, whoever is your existing advisor, ask them to come in, or you just discuss with him on all these parameters which we discussed, all the 10 parameters that we have discussed. Okay, discuss with your existing advisor. If it's not reachable, catch hold of the helpline people or the customer service people of your insurance company, then discuss with them, right? And if at all you are not getting any support from them, you have our numbers here which are displayed on the screen, and I'll also say it. It is 7569 645 645. This is our helpline number, and we are with you. We will be there. My team will be there along with me, who will take care of reviewing your existing policy. We can actually help you to understand all your conditions, whatever are there, what are covered, and most importantly, what are not covered under your policy, what are the limitations that you have, or probably you have the best policy. We will also even congratulate you on having such kind of really good policy with you. Okay, so please talk to your advisor. Need any help? We are there. It is just you need to give a missed call. It is on 7569 645 645. My team will be ready to help you out, and we will be giving you a neutral advice on this. I can promise you on that. Okay, and the most important thing, discuss all these things with your family members. I'm still yet to see it as an habit wherein the insurance discussions happen within the family on a dining table. Okay, this is where we need to inculcate the conditions of the policy, and say in case of emergency, if say suppose something happened to any of your family member, you are there, you will be taking it, because probably you understood all the benefits, and you also made a checklist of what are the things which need to be done, what are the helpline numbers, or what are the claim registration numbers which you need to do, what are the claim forms, probably you know it. But say suppose something happens to you, what will your family members do? Are they really equipped to take care of you? Do they really know where they need to go and approach to get the coverages done, or to get the help for your hospitalization? If not, then all the very reason of actually doing the entire policy is actually gone in waste. I request you to please discuss all these details with your family members, and let them also see through your policy, and place it in a place where they have an access. Everyone in the family should have an access. Write in bold letters, or probably with some markers on that file, on what are the numbers on which they need to call up in case of any emergency, and what are the nearest hospitals. Probably you can also take those numbers of the hospitals, put it out there. You also even mention your probably your family doctor, mention all those details. So it's like an emergency kit. If say anything were to happen, you know that there is a folder out there, pull it out, get through the details, what are the things need to be followed, just do it. At that need of the word, we should not be thinking. Probably even you write your contact details of your advisor on that. Okay, because he need to be informed. Once he knows, probably he'll come out and then he'll start helping you out. Okay, so these are the things which we recommend you to do it. And I'm so sorry today because of some technical hitch, we could not actually show you the presentation for you. But we do have your email IDs with us, and we also have your mobile numbers. So we'll send across a copy of presentation, and also we'll do a separate video and upload it onto your onto our YouTube channel. So you can actually go through that. And thanks a lot for coming in. It's so nice. It's so nice to see so many of you in our webinar. So get more from Mallapuram. And let me be very frank and upfront with you. This webinar series is only to provide clarity for each of you about your insurance policies, and have confidence on the kind of policies you already purchased, and also on the insurance company which actually offered you those kind of policies. Okay, and thanks a lot. So it's so nice to see all of you on this webinar. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful webinar. I would request our participants, if they have any query, they can ask.
Yeah. Now the session is open. We can actually we are here to take up the queries. So I could see a lot of people. Mr. Vijay Kumar, do you have any query? Yeah, you can unmute and ask. Yes.
Yeah.
Please,
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
very good evening.
Sir, can you clear again that room rent, sir? Room rent,
Okay.
about room.
Okay, great, fantastic. Let me just reiterate how it happens. I actually made a slide on it, but still okay. Say suppose if your policy is having a room rent limit of say 5,000 rupees per day, for example,
Yeah.
okay, and then you also probably you have a policy wherein 10 lakhs is the amount of sum assured which is out there, okay, and then you got admitted to the hospital, and the hospital will say, sir, it might take 5 lakh rupee as the treatment cost, and you agreed, and you just went through the process. But in the hospital, most of the sharing rooms and in a mid-segment kind of hospitals, and also even higher-end corporate kind of hospitals, the sharing room comes around 6,000 to 7,000 rupees, or even 5,500 to 7,000 rupees. But your policy has got a limit of room rent coverage of only 5,000 rupees. Okay. And when you actually told it to the hospital people said, sir, the least room what we have is a sharing room. That too, the minimum cost is say 6,000 rupees. Okay. Now, what do we think? Like probably 2-3 days we'll be there in the hospital. So it is 1,000 rupees extra which we need to pay from our pocket. So it is 1,000 rupees for 3 days. So it is 3,000 rupees. It's fine. Like now we'll pay it. And we say, okay, fine. Now what happens? The 1,000 rupees additional room rent, what you have chosen in the hospital, right? The 6,000 rupees, that means 1,000 rupees addition to 5,000 rupees, right? It is nothing but 20% of 5,000 rupees. So 1,000 is 20% of 5,000 rupees. Got it? Yeah. Am I clear on this?
Yes, sir.
1,000 rupees, when you see it as a percentage on your eligibility of 5,000, is 20%. Okay. So what insurance company will do, because you stayed more than the eligible limit under your policy, what they will do is they will actually deduct that 20% of the entire bill. Because normally what happens, based on your room rent, the packages under the hospital, they keep changing. It might be the same treatment, it might be the same medicine, it might be the same doctor, and probably the same nurse or the nursing services which is given by the insurance, by the hospital. But the charges are going to be different because you stayed in a room which is over your eligibility. It's like this: you are going from Hyderabad to say New Delhi. It's an Hyderabad Express on which you are traveling. Your sleeper coach might be only 1,000 rupees per person. One ticket, probably it is only 1,000 rupees per person. But if you shift to say a second AC, it might be around 5,000 rupees. But if you go to a first AC, it might be as good as your flight charges, that is 7,500 or 8,000 rupees minimum, right? But your starting point is same, your ending point is same, your treatment is same, your travel distance is same, but you'll be paying more. Okay, it's the same logic which also even gets applied into the hospital charges, right? Your medical treatment charges. So what insurance company does, because you're eligible for only 5,000 rupees, but you stayed in a room which is over and above your limit, so that particular percentage of your entire bill, they will deduct. Say suppose there is a claim of 5 lakh rupees, right? And out of the total final bill is 5 lakh rupees. Out of 5 lakh rupees, say around 5,000 rupees is a non-payable items. Some gloves, masks, some administration charges, some record keeping charges. Now, all these things they normally deduct because none of the insurance company pay those expenses which are not directly related to the treatment. Okay, so 5,000 rupees they remove. Okay, now how much an insurance company need to pay? They need to pay you 4,95,000 rupees for this particular bill. But you stay 20% extra. So 20% of total bill that is on 5 lakhs is how much? 1 lakh rupee. So they will remove that 1 lakh rupee out of the eligible payable amount. So out of 4,95,000 rupees, 1 lakh is again removed. Then it is only 3,95,000 rupees will be only paid under your claim. So it looks really tiny, the room rent, but it has got a major impact. If you ask me, out of all the factors which we need to evaluate, what is one single factor which will have a major impact on the claim processing? It is the room rent. And thanks a lot for asking a clarification on that, because this is something which need to be understood by most of the people. I hope, Mr. Vijay Kumar, that I explained it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have to look at the room rent where we get more.
Yeah, see, look for those policies wherein you have a higher room rent limits, and there are most of the products, when you go for the higher sum assured, they are offering you a single standard AC room. Okay, single standard AC room means that definition need to be each hospital actually changes the definition, but it is like now a standard AC room wherein no such additional facilities are actually given. Okay, so it's a single standard AC room. This is what normally how the wordings go, and there are probably very rare policies wherein even the suite room is also given. People might say there is absolutely no limit under your room rent benefit. It's not like that. It is actually defined under the wordings. It is a single standard AC room or the highest room rent which is there. So there's nothing like a no limit on your room rent. It's the highest limit which is offered by the insurance companies. Okay,
Okay,
so
thank you, sir.
yeah, Mr. Nitin, you wanted to ask something.
Yeah. I want to ask about this insurance. If we purchase an insurance of somewhere around 5 lakh sum assured.
Okay.
So in that 5 lakhs, if some heart problem or something came, so that they will give full 5 lakhs to that, or they will divide that into like for heart portion this much amount, for eye surgery this much, or it will be divided into the parts of the body.
Okay, fine. I'll let me rephrase it. Probably just correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. See, what I understood is from your question is you're trying to say if there is an multiple treatments which goes on, probably at a time or probably one after another, right? Are there any limitations on each of these treatments? Am I right? Did I understood it right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Fantastic. Okay. If your policy has got disease-wise capping, that means if your policy says for a knee replacement surgery, we'll pay you only 2 lakh rupees. Though you might be having a 15 lakh policy or a 20 lakh policy, but if you are undergoing a knee replacement surgery, the person is undergoing a knee replacement surgery, then he will be paid only 2 lakh rupees. Okay, say suppose the same knee replacement surgery, if the person is undergoing and it is costing only 1 lakh rupee, though the limit is 2 lakh rupees, but he will be indemnified. That means he will be given a coverage or he will be paid only up to 1 lakh, not beyond that. Okay.
But I faced this issue in my last corporate office. So I went this eye surgery for my parents. So they told that for eye it is some assured is this much only. So that much only they can release. Like other parts they can going on. If some other like heart problem comes, then they will issue this much. Like that it was divided. So how we have to identify that with the insurance which is given is divided in parts, or whatever, if heart problem comes, full 5 lakh bill comes, so then they can give it to us.
Okay, can I ask you a few questions before I take it up? You're referring to your corporate policy?
Yeah.
Okay, right, fine, fantastic. And the operation which you mentioned, which happened to your parents, is it a cataract operation?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, that's what, like now I actually gave an example during the session wherein, what happens like now earlier the days wherein all the corporates, they want to give the best coverages for their employees. So they just started off. That's how it just went on. And then after that, when the claims started raising, that's when the next year renewal premiums will also increase in a group policy. And when corporates say, no, we can't actually pay that kind of premiums, we can't pay a huge renewal premium, then to adjust the benefits within the budget what they have, what we do is we tend to give some kind of this disease-wise cappings or some kind of co-payments in place, because of which, though you look like you have the same kind of policy, but when it comes to the claim, that's when you will not be given the entire claim. So you will be also being a part of paying the claim, the bill to the hospital. So it is like your company has actually parted their burden of paying the renewal premium onto you by actually making you to pay a part of the total claim. Okay, so if at all you can get and complete details of what are the benefits which are there in your policy from your HR team or from your management, then we can actually help you to get it reviewed and give you all the details in specific, so that you can have a clarity of thought what is the coverage that you have. Number one. And can I ask you one more question, Nitin?
Yeah.
Do you have your personal insurance policy in place?
Yeah, I have personal insurance.
Okay, how much of coverage do you have?
That is 5 lakhs.
Okay, good. And what is the coverage that you have under your corporate policy?
Corporate, it is 15 lakhs.
15 lakhs. Okay, great. See, and you also have your parents in place, as you said. Do they have any personal insurance?
Yeah. They have separate insurance.
Excellent.
Yes.
I think you are one of those very few people who really have a minimum coverages, not just depending on your corporate, but also having your personal policy. Congratulations for you on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Any more queries? Shravani ma'am, any queries?
No, sir.
Okay. And yeah, so I just want to also have a feedback from all you people. How did you find about this webinar? I know we just crossed the time. It is only from 4 to 5, but because there are the queries which are coming in, I thought no, I'll just continue further. But how do you feel? I need a good feedback from you. What are the good things that you've liked under this policy, under this complete webinar? Anyone wants to share? Yeah.
It was a informative session. So with this, we can come to know by next year which policy we can upgrade it. Or
I suggest don't even wait till next year. Have a review done right away. So tomorrow is a Sunday. You can actually pull out your policy. Just go through it half an hour. If you're not able to have the clarity over there, or you got confused, please talk to your advisor who has actually given you that suggested that policy. If you're unable to get through them, we are always there. Our number is out there. It is 7569645645. That's the number. You can give a missed call. We'll be there to help you out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Vijay Kumar, do you want to share feedback on this session?
Yes, sir. It's very clear, and you have given very in-depth knowledge of the policy, how to check the policy, and as usually, as your training is very good, sir.
Thank you. It actually means a lot for me and for my team. And see, we are actually on a mission. We are on a mission to help out the society, to have their family and the near and loved ones protected, and not get affected by any of the economical crisis which can come up because of a medical emergency. Okay, so this is the mission on which we are working. What I request is, we are running this GetMORE from Mallapuram on a bi-monthly webinar series. We are doing it consistently on every second Saturday and fourth Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I request each of you to please log in, register, and also please get all your loved ones, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues who might get benefit out of this, and I can definitely assure you they will thank you for helping them in getting into this webinar. And we will not be focusing, we will not be trying to sell any product under this program. We will not be representing any company under this program. We will not be skewed to any particular insurance company and project them under this program. And this is all that whatever is discussed here are all personal opinion. Please, it can't be taken in as a legal evidence for under any court of law. And we'll be discussing only insurance under this. So thanks a lot for joining. Get more from Mallapuram and keep watching us, keep coming back to us on these webinars on every second Saturday and fourth Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you.